So let's start with Michele is the owner of the first Black Tuxedo 13.88. And how many boats did you already have?
Actually, is the first boat I own myself, but I have a very long and deep experience in sailing. We did many years of sailing race offshore. I've been across the ocean, double-ended. I've been in Antarctica. I've got a very extended experience with sailing boat. Although I never owned a sailing boat, I've been sailing really a lot. And Tuxedo is my first boat, and everybody's surprised I decided for a power boat, but here on Hong Kong probably is the best option. And Tuxedo is a very sui generis, very particular power boat because it's a boat you really feel comfortable and you can really go far if you wish. That's it.
After just over 6 months on the Black Tuxedo, what can you tell us about this boat?
The first, what really is very remarkable and very important of this boat is that not only is it extremely good looking, people here in Hong Kong loves this boat, and everybody, every day we go out, someone stops and asks about the boat because the boat is very good looking, and with the side opening it's very livable and very nice. But apart this is really a boat that you really feel safe, and as far as we stay in the channel between the islands, it's quiet and no big waves, but as soon as you go out you can have big waves and quite sharp. So the boat is dry and is really well when it's big waves, and also because it's got different direction, and I'm really satisfied on the way the boat handles, and it's a kind of boat that I'm sure the marine department would like to have because it's very safe, fast, and not only good looking.
This is more important than the way she looks.
No, but it's true. The marine department, they stop me, they ask me, they are in the group of people that are really interested on the boat. The behavior is amazing.
Okay, it's wonderful, this thing. And you just finished to sail with a long holiday with all your family, and with several people on board.
Yeah, we were four. We were my wife and 2 kids, 7 and 9 years old, and we stay basically 2 weeks on the boat. And we had a very nice tour in Hong Kong. There are some mountain parks, so very wild and no other boats. And we did the first 8 days mooring in the bay, and after we did the last 4 days in a nice new marina that is in Lantau. I don't know if you know the area. And after we came back, we did another couple of days near here, and after the holiday was finished. But really enjoyable, and as I say, very reliable, and the kids loved, and a bit tiring for me, but very nice.
Is it what you expected or something different?
Well, no, actually I was because when we left, I say, well, if anything happens, not if anything happens, but if the kids are tired, we are not comfortable on the boat, or you want to go back for the weather, for any reason, not only for the boat, because anyhow, it's still a boat. So we say we can come back and finish the holiday at home or another place. But actually, it was very easy, and we really enjoy it. And we came back because the holiday was ended. And honestly, I'm a bit surprised, because if you look at the boat, it's like a boat to going out during the day, enjoy nice beach, nice weather, with a group of people, have a few drinks and come back. But actually, it's also the boat that you can take your family and go for a long holiday. It's very, it's a small yacht.
Yeah, it's a small yacht. That's the concept.
It's not very small at the end, because it's
40 meters,
almost
I want to say.
40 meters. But it's the model. There are many other models on the market, but the concept is for day boat, not for cruising around of day. I have to say that it fully accomplishes the purpose of a cruising boat.
That's a great thing. And what did you like the least, and what did you like the most? In other words, what do you change if you were to ask for another Tuxedo, and what would you take away from this boat to have it on the next one?
Okay, well, there are small particulars, but this, there's no worth it to mention. For people that would buy this boat for Mediterranean, like Sardinia, which I'm missing a lot. So if for Sardinia, Balearic Island, Corsica, I wouldn't change anything. So you go out, the weather turns very fast in Mediterranean, you come back very safe, and it's generally very dry, particularly in summer. here rains more, so maybe what I would like maybe a bigger dry area, because it can rain a lot here. So, but as I say, for Mediterranean, there's not much to change. I mean, the boat is really it's very nice. I mean, if it's just a couple, this is you can do all August on the boat and enjoy. For a couple, it's amazing. You got everything you need and very, very comfortable.
You got enough room, you got enough storage space to live on board for a month.
You have to think that maybe for 1 week fresh food, because you got 3 fridges. I mean, for a boat like this is already long period. But honestly, if you have a boat like this, it's nice to stop in a nice port, go out for dinner. You know, also do a bit of a bit, right? The nice thing is, if you want to stay in a nice port and go down for a walk, have a nice dinner, you can do it. You want to stay outside in a nice bay and enjoy the quietness. The boat is absolutely perfect.
Okay. What convinced you to take a boat still on paper, from scratch?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, my idea, I mean, first of all, I went from sailing boat, because I say I'm a sailor. And one night I saw another boat, a little bit smaller than this. And I said, well, maybe you should go for a power boat. But the idea was just to have a boat. You leave on the morning, swim and during the day, have a picnic and a few drinks and come back at night. And after I spoke with Francesco Ceccarelli, that I know for a long, long time. They say, no, it's a nice boat, but you want to see my project. So I saw the project, and after I went for maybe 6 months of research, I went through all the competitors, also this kind of boat in the United States, in Europe, I mean, which I enjoy. I love it because it's very nice. It's what I like. And this was the boat I like most on paper, and I'm still convinced I did the right choice. After 6 months, it's not on paper now.
Why Tuxedo? Only because people, or you found something more intriguing, something more that push on your sailor's triggers?
Well, I think this boat, I mean, if you are a guy that likes a boat because, in August you want to forget about his life in the city and just maybe stay in an hotel or in a nice house and just use it to go out with some friends during the day, it's a nice boat because it's a very good looking boat. And as I say, in Mediterranean the weather changes very fast, so if by chance you are in Sardinia and with a nice day and turns to 40 knots or Mistral, that can happen, you come back very dry and safe, and you just enjoy the nice view and the weather. But it's also a boat that if you like stay on the boat, you can stay. And, I mean, as I say, it could be a marine department boat. I mean, really a lifeboat could be. The way they behave, it's very fast, good-looking lifeboat. So anything you want to do with this boat, you can do.
Okay, it's quite close to the perfection.
They say the only problem here in Hong Kong that when it rains is not. But if it would be in Europe, this boat is amazing. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Has the aluminium, the material of construction, a sort of influence in your choice? Or is it just by chance that there's an aluminium yacht?
Yeah, it's more by chance, because, coming from a sailing race, more other kind of fiberglass, Nomex, carbon fiber, I can name.
Yeah.
And I sail also on some aluminium boat, but if you go on aluminium sailing boat, it's a bit not so exciting, let's say. Where here you have all the excitement, the stability, the rigidity, the lightness, everything you want. And also I know the story of Ceccarelli family. I know how reliable they are. I know, many things, and I thought that was the right things to do. And I'm happy to have a boat in aluminium. Very happy.
Okay. You think that it can be useful for you, for example, as something to just change, not without changing the whole boat, but just a detail? You get this opportunity because aluminium don't need a mold, for example, just to build new details or to change some details. Do you think that you will use this opportunity?
Well, as I said, just to maybe the top to modify a little bit and make it more. But it's also true that it's also a compromise, because probably the boat now is the best good looking. If you change the proportion, maybe there will be you have to forgive something on the aesthetic. So you don't have. There's always a price to pay, right?
Yeah.
So I will think it very well before changing anything.
Can be a problem to put another roof on the Partenone.
Exactly. E ondule. No, yeah. This boat you have to really be careful the way if you change anything, I think, because you might not have the same result. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Lucadini made a great design, a great profile. It's a very good looking boat.
I think so. And they really, I'm not joking. Every time we go out, there is at least one person that come close with another boat. I say, nice, what boat is this? Every time.
It's something that, for example, the show-off part that you have with a nice boat, sometimes is linked also with the kind of propulsion you choose. For example, is a very masculine to show all the horsepower you have on your stern using outboards. You choose the outboards propulsion and not the inboards. I guess it's not for show-off, but why is the real reason why you choose?
Actually, if you're talking about show-off, I prefer the boat with the inboard.
Yeah.
I mean, the boat with the inboard probably is better looking, but it's also true that you can, how to say, I mean, everybody I ask, the outboard are easier to manage, safer, This is very interesting point of view to decide who decide the outboard for showing off and who, because really understands that if anything happened to an outboard, you take the outboard, you change it basically, right? And it leaves more space on board. This is another point. This boat has got a very big hatch that we can store all the toys I want. So this is a very, very important point, and it makes a difference. If there would be two engines in the place where I've got the edge, no.
It's the function, not the way the boat looks.
Yeah, it's the function. The way, and personally, for looking, I prefer inboard. But as I said, I pay the price in terms of looking to have something that is really, it makes a difference in terms of function.
Thinking about the next boat, you think something that is, for example, like a tuxedo inflated grown, or another kind of boat?
Honestly, I mean, yes, I think a bigger tuxedo, it could be good, maybe 1 meter or something like that.
Okay.
By 1 meter, it means 20 centimeters larger,
Yeah.
Because also personally, if it's more than 50 meter, my heart goes back to sailing, and I have to. I'm like a dog with two balls. I don't know. I'm a little bit.
You still have the same connection with the sea on our boats than when you race or when you go sailing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, in a certain level, yes, I think. I mean, in terms of, if it's just going out for swimming and half an hour, often. But when we did the 12 days and we did 50 miles one day, our speed was 15 knots because the boat can go way faster, more than the double. It was cruising also because here there's sometimes there's stuff in the water and also kids, and the sea condition was quite choppy, and there was a kind of sailing. I mean, at 15 knots.
Yeah.
If you're sailing 15 knots, you're less relaxed.
So you think you will never take this boat in the Med?
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, I mean, as I said, this boat probably is more enjoyable in the Med. As it is exactly.
Yeah.
Probably in the Med is even more enjoyable than in. In the Med, I did 2 weeks here, but in the Med I could do 1 month easily.
Okay.
Yeah, bring the boat. Maybe I sell it this year and buy another one. The same in the Mediterranean. I don't know. I should. There are other, family and life consideration that I have to do. Yeah, but it is a good point. I would like to have a long holiday in the Mediterranean with this boat. Yeah, I wish I could. Yeah.
We are here in Olbia for the first Sardinian boat show, and you see it's a beautiful surroundings, with a lot of people trying the boats outside, and when they come back, they are smiling. It doesn't matter the boat, but they are smiling because the
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
So we wait for you to sail here once again.
Yeah, I hope so. Yes, maybe the next one we stay sometime in Mediterranean. After I will bring it here. Let's see.
Yeah. Cross fingers. Okay, Michele, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you to
Something
you.
that you want to say to an hypothetical owner of a new tuxedo?
Well, as I said, I think it's a great boat. Whether it's used as a tender, because this also as a tender is very, you got a big boat, and you want something safe and that brings you back wet, not wet dry. This is the right boat. So I mean, whether you want to do a small cruising with, two people or with a family, a small family, or as a tender for a bigger boat, I think that is great. Really, really nice boat. Safe and very, I fully support the project.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for your time and for your experience. And I hope you enjoy for a long, long, long time this tuxedo and maybe the next one and another one in the Med and all the tuxedo you want.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And I hope...
Say hello to Albia from me.
Oh, okay.
Say hello to Albia from me.
I will do it. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.